Welcome, Williamson County students and families. Thank you for joining us on this Veterans Day, a time to honor the brave women and men of our nation's military who've put their lives on the line to protect us. Today, you'll hear from our 5th grade WCS Online classes, and you'll see a variety of artwork from some of our other WCS Online students. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Everyone stand up and say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to Veterans Day celebration. Today, we honor all the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. This is the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, and the newly created Space Force.
Each of our veterans took an oath to uphold and protect the United States of America. We all enjoy our freedom because of their actions. Today, we pay a tribute to them and thank them for their service and sacrifice.
Although Veterans Day is to honor those who have served our country, it is fitting to be thinking about those who are currently serving our nation. They are, at this moment, spread all over the world, and we are so thankful for them.
Francis Scott Key wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner on September 14, 1814, during the War of 1812, when the Americans were defending nearby Fort McHenry, which guarded the entrance to the Baltimore Harbor.
When he wrote our national anthem over 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's veterans have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom and to help the friends of the United States.
We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in battle, or the nearly 1.5 million who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and appreciate the 25 million veterans still living today.
What is a veteran? The dictionary says a veteran is someone who has been a member of the armed forces. On Veterans Day, we salute these people who have rendered their top service any American can ask for, and we rededicate ourselves to fulfilling our commitment to all those who have served.
Where did Veterans Day come from? This day was once celebrated as Armistice Day. World War I was, at the time, regarded as the war to end all wars. World War I ended officially on June 28, 1919.
However, fighting ended 7 months earlier when an armistice, or a temporary agreement to stop fighting, between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
In November of 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first Armistice Day to honor those who served during World War I. The original idea for the celebration was for a day observed with parades and public meetings, along with a brief suspension of businesses beginning at 11 a.m.
In 1926, Congress passed a resolution for an annual observance, and the President called upon all officials to display the flag of the United States on all government buildings. The President invited the people of the United States to observe the day in ceremonies during school, church, and businesses.
It was in 1938 that the 11th of November became a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be thereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. Again, at this time, the name covered those veterans of World War I. As we all know, along came World War II, the Korean War, and other conflicts.
So, in 1954, President Eisenhower changed the name to Veterans Day so that a grateful nation could pay appropriate respect to the veterans of all its wars and conflicts, and to those who have contributed so much to the preservation of our nation. Proclaiming November 11th as Veterans Day once again reminded all Americans everywhere to rededicate themselves to the cause of world peace.
Some people confuse Memorial Day, which is celebrated in May, with Veterans Day. Both holidays were established to recognize and honor the men and women who have worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces.
While Memorial Day in May is more focused on those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, their life, it is appropriate to take a moment on Veterans Day and honor those who died in the service of their nations.
We can honor all those who served honorably in the military in wartime or peacetime. However, Veterans Day is largely intended to thank living veterans for their service, to acknowledge that their contributions to our national security are appreciated.
Students love writing letters to veterans, and we hope that makes them feel great about themselves. Here is an example of a letter from a student to a veteran that they do not even know.
Dear Veteran, we learned about veterans and Veterans Day, and I'm writing this letter to you so you know how much you mean to America. Your dedication and love to your country has made us all safe. You are a hero, and I bet you did some amazing things that had to be really brave. You're awesome. Happy Veterans Day.
Many presidents have written letters and said great things dealing with Veterans Day. Part 1 of the example is, the United States military is the strongest, most capable fighting force the world has ever known. On Veterans Day, we rededicate ourselves to supporting those who have worn America's uniform and the families who stand alongside them.
With honor and distinction, generations of servicemen and women have given their time to win our independence, to safeguard our country, and to keep our freedom.
These heroes have put their lives on the line so that we might live in a world that is safer, freer, and we owe them a profound debt of gratitude.
As we reflect on the numbers of veterans that have made such an impact on our lives, we will always be grateful for the freedom we have because of them.
Take time to say thank you to a veteran. It makes their day and shows your respect for all they have done for our country. Thank you, veterans, for all you have given to serve and protect our country.